All right, so let's go review the material from our first week meeting. So here we're going to go and, oh, before that, excuse me, I have a cold. So if I cough, so sorry. So we're going to review what we did on class on Friday, and we're going to review how to start a script, how to start a database, spool, and start a SQL Plus. So the first thing that we need to do is go to that link that I have on the video tab in Blackboard. We're going to start the database script for the company ABC, and this company only has two entities, means two tables. One is employee and another one is the department. So right, so let's go start this. Before we can start a database, we make sure that we have a folder either in our personal computer or in our flash drive with the name of your name, or the folder you can call a CST1204. So we have a folder in which one we're going to save our script and how we create a script. To create a script, we're going to use Notepad. And be aware that it's many ways that you can do and create a database. This is one way. So how we're going to do is go, if you don't know, go to the start and accessories, window accessories. We're just going to launch Notepad. All right. So I have an untitled Notepad document, and I'm going to save. This is where I'm going to put my entities, my tables. So I'm going to save this, save as, is the name of my database. And my database name is CO for company underscore ABC. All right. All right. So, okay, I gave the name, but in order to be a script and run as a database, you need to add the extension, the file extension dot SQL. So now you have a database, a script, because the extension tells you that that is a SQL file. In order to save this as a SQL extension, you need to select all documents. And we're going to save this. Now we're saving this as a SQL file. And there you go. We're going to close this up. We're going to make sure that we can log in on our SQL Plus. And if you don't know how to, you can go to the Oracle login in Blackboard and see the instructions. All right, so going back to the tables here. I know that I have two tables, departments and employees. All right, so I'm going to go and double click my folder. Now I'm going to start to create my entities inside my database. I'm going to go to my CO underscore ABC.SQL. Do not double click. Right click and select to open with, and here Notepad. Please, it's important you cannot open with anything else, just Notepad. All right, so my database is empty. So I want to create two entities, one employee, one department, right? So if I go and look at this, have department employee. Before I can create my tables, I want to tell the database, by the way, if I already have created this table, please delete it and upload the fresh one. It's a way to refresh it. So we're going to just write a keyword, drop table, and the first one will be employee, right? And close with a semicolon, and the second one will be drop table department. And department. Okay, so employee and department. So already telling you my script that by any chance, if anybody else, if you're working in Teams, upload this, I want to upload a fresh one. I want to refresh this. All right, so I make sure that I'm going to drop the table. Now, I'm just going to go create the tables. So I use the keyword create table. And the first one that I'm going to create is the first one up and down. So the first one is department. And here I'm going to go right away and open and close a bracket and put a semicolon, because all your attributes, right, your column names goes inside of the parentheses. So here I'm going to do a space, and inside the parentheses I'm going to go back and look at the first one is department ID. The department underscore ID, right? The second one is department name. The third one is number of employees. All right, so I have three. In order to know that this is one thing, this is another thing, I had to separate them by commas. So department ID, department name, and the last one, since I have my closing tag here, I don't need a comma because nothing coming after. All right, so let's go back. So I have my department ID, my department name, and the number of employees. The second thing that I need that we talk in class is make sure that we have a unique identifier for this table. So in our case, department ID is our unique identifier. So our unique identifier is the primary key for that table. So department ID is a primary key. So now I have the table name, I have my column name, my attributes, and now have my unique identifier. Perfect. So what else we need? We need now to tell the database, okay, I have the attribute, but I don't have any way to tell you what kind of attribute is this. Is this text? Is this numbers? Is a picture? What is it? So as we spoke to class, the department ID, if I look at here, what kind of inputs I have here? Numbers, right? So I'm just gonna go and tell the database that my ID, right, my primary key is numbers, and it's gonna hold, let's say, we'll have like a single digit is there, so I'm gonna give the number 3. So it means it can hold 999, 3 spaces. Okay, perfect. So now we have the department name. Let's go look at the department name. Department name is really just text, right? Human resources. But sometimes department name has special characters like dashes and so on, or numbers. So to be safe here, I'm going to give the department name the data type of our chart. And I'm going to say it's going to hold 30 characters maybe. So that'll be enough to hold all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I think 30 is fine. And then we have numbers of employees, right? So how many employees here? We have 2 digits. So I'm just going to be consistent. I'm going to use number. And I'm going to give the size of 3. So there you go. So now I have created my first table department, and I have given this my column names, the data types, and the values. And I have added my primary key. So that will be my first table that I had created, and I have written here another keyword commit. It needs to commit to these changes. All right, so very good. So now we need another table. That the next table is employees. So once again, we're going to create another table. Create table employee. Open and close it. Parent parenthesis and close it with a semicolon. The first is employee ID, amp underscore ID. That's how we, yeah, ID. That'll be, let's go look at, and okay, the amp ID has 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. So here we're gonna have to add the numbers, the data type, the value. Let's go add 4 because I saw that has 4 digits, right? And this is my primary key. Yeah, and I'm going to put a comma here. The next one is first name. So first, how is writing? First underscore name. So first underscore name that I'm going to use varchar. And the reason that I'm using varchar is because some name has dashes on it, and I'm going to use, well, I'm going to use 50. Let's go be generous with this, right? Then last name, and also varchar consistent 50. And the last one is, if we look here, is department ID. So I only have one choice. I can only add the same values that I added there because my department ID is a foreign key. We're not going to add it for this purpose a foreign key yet. As we move forward, we're going to use the alter table to add a foreign key. But that's our database. So let's go review. We have dropping the tables. We have the name of the department, the table department. We have the column, that's attributes. We gave them a data type and we gave them a value. Now we have another table. We also gave them data types and values, and we add the primary key. I'm going to save this and I'm going to run it. So before I run it, I save here something called week1 txt. So I'm just going to go and run my SQL Plus. I'm going to log in to my default here. In your school, it will be different. So before I can start, I want to spool this, right? So I'm going to write the word spool, but we spell it spool, is space, and I'm going to drag this document that I'm going to have all my work changed to. So it's really this week1. I'm just going to drag there. I'm going to enter. And there you go. So I already set this to be is full. So now I can run my database. In order to start a database, either you write the keyword star or I'm lazy. I'm just going to use at. That's the same thing as star. I'm going to go here to my table. Here is C underscore ABC SQL, and I'm going to drag it in front of my star. And I'm going to go back here and run it. and it says table created, commit. So I got it. So it, it says table view doesn't exist because I didn't have any table there that was to be deleted. It's a fresh database. So now I'm done for today. I'm finishing. I want to give my professor, save my changes. So the way that you do it to finish it up is write spool space off, and then because the editor has been recording everything you do, but it has not been saved yet. So in order to save everything you did, you had to write a spool off. So I'm just going to put the spool off, enter, and now everything that I did has been recorded to my week one document. And it takes a few minutes, but if you look at here, before I have 0, now I have 1 gigabyte. So I'm going to open this, and I see that I have all my changes that I did in class or that I did to my database recorded. So that's the way that you start a database, then you save a database, and you spool a database.